Hi, my name is Dr. John Douillard, and welcome back to the 3-Season Diet Challenge. This is your April video. We're going to talk all about how to reconnect to the natural cycles of nature in the month of April. You have in your packet, you have recipes from Emma Frisch from the Food Network, all about how to eat with the seasons. Now, interestingly, spring is a time of the year where the harvest is very austere. There's no wheat, there's no dairy. It's a light harvest, forces you to burn your own fat. So that's like the main theme in spring, is to get your body to burn fat. Religious ceremonies, many of which had to do with fasting, vision quests, were done in the spring. Eating less food was sort of natural and traditional during this time of the year. So it may happen that you feel a little bit like not eating so much. Go with that flow. That's a great intention. Emma is going to make recipes, going to make it taste really, really good. Even though you're into springtime, you're still going to feel like you're eating like a queen or a king. And that's fine too. But just still go with the flow that your portions may naturally be less. And I've written an article and a video about that this month, so I want you to watch that and get tuned into what's really trying to happen in the spring. Major rule, burn fat. Get the body to burn fat. The earth is sort of holding on to more water in the spring. And it begins to sort of swell. And as the earth begins to swell, sprouts come out, leaves start to come out. Everything starts to grow. That's what's happening inside of us. What's happening is our body's holding on to more water. The winter dryness is beginning to swell. And two things happen. One, microbes are beginning to proliferate, new ones that are spring ones and have a whole different purpose in our gut than the winter ones did. Remember our deer that tried to eat bark in the summertime, and they didn't have the microbes to do that, and they actually caused such a level of indigestion it almost killed them. So we know that our microbes are dramatically changing from season to season. The research is just beginning to emerge as to what those microbes are trying to do for us. And I can tell you that we look at the ancient wisdom, which is now being proven by modern science, we're seeing that there was a really amazing amount of intelligence that connects us to those seeds. We're just beginning to understand that from a Western medicine. And that's sort of the point of this whole 3-Season Diet Challenge, is to keep giving you all that information, that research, and I'll put as much of that in every packet as I possibly can, because I'm completely obsessed with trying to figure that out and following the research very, very closely. So stay with me, and that comes also in our weekly blogs and videos and newsletters as well. So check it out there as well. Okay, so rule number 1, be a better fat burner. How do you do that? Well, one of the best ways is to engage in some type of cleansing or detox, program in the spring. April being a great time to do that. We do our big Colorado cleanse in April. Although you can do the Colorado cleanse anytime you want, I'd highly recommend you look into that and look at a cleanse for yourself. We have 2 that would work for you, actually 3. The first one is the short home cleanse, and that's a free download that you can just download it and do the cleanse completely for free. It's 4 days. It's really, really good. The Women's World magazine actually took that cleanse and they downloaded it, gave it to 40 of their readers, and had them do it. And it had such amazing results. They called me back and they want to do a feature story on the short home cleanse. So it's super great. Doesn't cost you a penny. And 4 days, a great detox and sort of a mild digestive reset. The Colorado cleanse, takes it up a notch in terms of the digestive reset. We have lost, unfortunately, the ability to digest well. We don't digest wheat, dairy, corn, meats, grains, greasy fried food as well as we once did. And the body, when it has a lot of toxins, these are fat-soluble toxins, what happens is these toxins get stored in your fat. And if you go in there and do a detox and clean it out of your fat, the body's likely to say, why did you do that? I put all that stuff tidy away in these fat cells, and you went out and just pulled it out of the fat cells. I don't have a digestive strength to process it out of my body, so we just end up moving these fat-soluble toxins from one toxic fat cell to another. And that could even include your brain, which is 40% fat, right? So that's not good. So make sure that if you're going to do a cleanse, that there's some attention to resetting digestive strength. It's so important because the body got toxic for a reason. It just didn't happen. Our digestive process broke down, and that didn't allow our detox system to do its job as well. And now we want to shovel out some of the yuck and also do a seasonal reset. Part of doing a cleanse and supporting digestion is to also support the microbiology. The microbiology is really critically changing in the spring. It's nature's new year, right? It's a time to really make some powerful microbial changes. And we have three types of bacteria in our gut. We have good guys, we have bad guys, and we have the guys that sort of take up, unfortunately, a lot of space in the Western microbiome that do nothing. They're real estate occupying, but they don't do good or bad things, they just sit there and do nothing. And when you're under a lot of attack from bad microbes or bad bugs or whatever, the good guys are supposed to rally against the bad guys. But if you don't have enough, you have a lot of these do nothing real estate occupying microbes, you oftentimes don't have a stable of enough good guys to really take out the bad guys and we get sick, or our digestion gets compromised, or sort of bad things begin to happen. So what you want to do is you want to knock out some of the guys who aren't doing anything and increase your population of good guys. There's a product we have called Gut Revival, which is half of the product is herbs or probiotics to knock out the bad guys and the space occupying microbes, and then also the other half is microbes that actually have been proven to be colonizing, when they stick to the gut wall and they poop out waste that other microbes will actually eat and proliferate more microbial diversity, which is what we lack in the West, is diversity of our microbiome. So that's why I love the Gut Revival, because it sort of gets out the bad guys, puts in the good guys, and gets us to a reset and a restart from nature's new year. It's also, so that's something to look at, repopulate your microbiome. I've written a ton about the microbiome. You can go to my website and go to the microbe or the probiotic section and read all about the research and how important that is to help to reset that microbiome. In addition, I wrote an article recently about how important it is for us to live in sync with the natural cycles. This is spring's powerful cycle, and how our circadian rhythms, which are a connection to the natural cycles, are little clocks that exist in almost every cell of your body. And they turn your digestion on in the daytime and turn your sleep on at night, and they do all these really cool things. But if you're living against the grain, under a lot of stress, traveling a lot of times our body loses the ability to hear those rhythms. It's called gene noise. Our genes, literally, sadly, we are unable to hear the rhythms of nature, which is like bad. And they did a study and they found out that when people travel across the Atlantic in a plane, the jet lag that they have causes a disturbance in the microbiome. That actually the circadian rhythms keep the microbes in rhythm with those natural cycles that support better digestion. Well, they found that when people would travel and get stressed out, that the microbiome would shift to the point where the microbes would create sort of a stable of microbes that support weight gain and blood sugar related issues, and sort of in the study the mouse ate incessantly when they were under that kind of stress. So the science is just beginning to prove what Ayurveda has known for thousands of years, and what we're beginning to hopefully make evident in our 3-season diet challenge. We go, wow, I really should be thinking about eating in the daytime, sleeping at night, and reconnecting with these natural cycles and natural rhythms. If you don't know about that, or if you're new to Ayurveda, you're not sure how to live in sync with the natural cycles, then check out our 28-day Ayurvedic challenge, where you get a new lifestyle technique video every day in your inbox for 28 days. Like super cool. And you can just learn from me about how to reconnect with the natural cycles. Meditation, hugely important to help us, reset and reconnect to the natural rhythms of nature. Very, very important. If you don't have a meditation technique, check out our transformation awareness technique, meditation. I love it. It's super simple. It's 6 meditations, starting from very, very easy to more advanced, so everybody gets to win and gain the benefit of a good meditation technique. And then, of course, making sure that you engage in some type of seasonal detox, at the very least eating less. Take the spring grocery list and circle the foods on that list that you really like to eat, and then reset your microbiology, reset your body with a good kind of beginning of spring probiotic plan. Gut Revival is usually what I do in April for a month, and then you can follow that with the Flora Restore, which is just the colonizing bacteria to reboot that. That's sort of how it works, and how to get the best of that reset of the probiotics. My favorite food in April is a spice called saffron. Comes from the crocus flower. 3 weeks ago, this was in probably, I think it was even in February. We saw here in Colorado, we had such a warm spell that I know the people in Boston will hate this, but we had the crocuses were out, which means the saffron was available. Saffron is amazing, and it's a spring harvested flower and very edible. The saffron is something that we talk about in Ayurveda as ojas building. It's in our nightly ojas tonic, which is people love that. But also what the saffron does in one study, it actually reduced snacking by 100% in one study. It reduced cravings by 55%, 45 to 55% in another study. It increases energy. It actually showed that the saffron protects the DNA in the cells from chemical damage. So during the spring when you're in detox mode, that saffron was there to give you sort of protective chemical support. Just incredible how nature gives us the right things at the right time to support what the other part of nature might be trying to do. One part of the body is trying to detoxify. So nature says, here's some foods to make that process a little bit more graceful and protect you from any, toxic exposure that might be there. So saffron is a powerful herb and been shown to support better mood, better energy. Of course, in the spring, we want to start to burn fat, which is going to provide stable mood and stable energy. And that's exactly what spring is all about. That's exactly what saffron is about. So saffron goes high on my list for the spring spice, the April spice. So please check that out. Try to put that in your diets. Put a little pinch here, a little pinch there in the foods that you eat, and enjoy some saffron this month of April. Okay, I think that's it for April. Please check out the videos, the blogs, and the articles that come out throughout the month, because there's lots of really cool information that I'm writing about right now that's going to appear very, very soon. It's a very exciting time. Spring is exploding. Some really cool foods are happening. Really great information about the microbes are coming out soon. So please stay tuned for that, and we'll talk to you next month. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. John here.
This recording is brought to you by LifeSpa, where ancient Ayurvedic wisdom meets modern science. Get access to free health video newsletters by Dr. John at lifespa.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.